This season for the San Francisco 49ers has not gone how has anyone has wished it would have gone, but it is what it is. And not only for fans, but for players as well. And as we know, this season's disappointment is also marked with tragedy. And we actually heard from Charvarius Ward through Mike Silver, just kind of about how he's been feeling. And I thought the quotes that he shared were pretty revealing of what guys like Charvarius Ward are going through. And you can see even in the photo right behind him is Trent, who's going on with something very similar. We also found out that Chris Forster lost his wife a week before the Super Bowl to ovarian cancer. So there's so many, and these are just the things that we know. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes that we aren't even aware of. So I just want to read what Charvarius Ward said. He says, "It's been hard for me personally to go to work every day, every game, even to practice or go to meetings. I almost left a couple times." He says, "Shit, I know fans probably hate me for saying that, but F it. It's real life. It's bigger than football." And he's 100% correct. I think fans can get really just into being a fan and they forget that these are humans on the other side just like them. And I always will hear well, they get paid millions of dollars, so they should be able to handle it. And it's like, yeah, they are financially well off for all the work that they have put into this, all the sacrifices that they have made, the time, the injuries, a lot of things have gone into what has put them in this position, but doesn't change the fact that that doesn't make them subhuman. They still have emotions, they still have feelings, they still read all the crap that everyone says and the hate messages that get DM'd to them. They see it all. So I feel for Charvarius. I want to read kind of what I said in this post. I said 49ers Charvarius Ward has had to deal with unimaginable circumstances this year, and anyone who calls themselves a 49ers fan and can't holster their fandom to see what's really happening should be ashamed of themselves. This season has been extremely disappointing, but that will never outweigh what these individuals go through as humans, at least in my eyes, which is how I've always tried to run this page. It's okay to say it's just not our year. So rather than constantly complaining about the outcome of this year, try to remember that these guys are still humans and our support for them during down times goes way further than support while they are winning. Anyone can support a winner, but a true fan knows how to support their team and their guys when it's not going the way we want it to. So, what type of fan are you? And that's what I had to say, accompanied with what Charvarius Ward had to say, because I understand. Like, there are a lot of fans who want objective truth to the struggles of this season. Get it. A lot of fans do. A lot of fans want to understand why the season has gone this way. And part of this channel is talking about that, talking about the struggles on offense, struggles on defense, struggles on special teams, struggles across the board. It hasn't been a good season. There have been a lot of outside circumstances that have played roles into why this hasn't been a good year, and there has been, self-inflicted wounds that have also contributed to why this year has not been successful. But I think it's important to note that constantly whining about it and crying about it doesn't fix anything. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't do anything but other create this echo chamber of negativity. And I get the frustration. I am equally as frustrated as you guys with how the season has gone. It has not been a fun year to cover this team. It has not been a fun year to watch and just be in it. It just hasn't. There have been some phenomenal years covering this team, but this isn't one of them. This is the worst year that I've ever had covering the team, simply from the state of all the off field, the early season drama, the lost fourth quarter leads, the injuries, everything. It's been a overwhelming season, so I understand why fans too also feel overwhelmed and are emotional because a lot of fans pour a lot of money into investing into the 49ers because they are they're 49ers, man. When they say bleed red and gold, I guarantee you there's a bunch of people watching this video right now. If you give them a little prick, a little bit of red and gold's going to come out because that's just who they are. It's part of the DNA of their identity is the 49ers. And so I think it's really easy to get upset when you're so invested personally into the success of the 49ers that when they don't have success, it's frustrating. It's angering. It's like I get it. I understand it. But that still doesn't change the fact that these are humans. These are the guys that we say we root for. And listen, you don't have to like every single 49er player. We all don't like Devondre Campbell. There have been other 49ers players that I haven't liked in the past, and it is what it is. It's going to come with the territory. You don't have to like everyone. You don't have to do that. But I really do think, again, like we've crossed this line of being objective. Yes, we can be objective and honest with our criticisms and what we perceive to be wrong. But at the end of the day, if you do call yourself a fan, part of being a fan is supporting your guys and supporting your team. And like I said in the post, supporting them when they're losing. You don't just, again, if you just support them when you're winning, that's what a bandwagon fan is called. That's that term that we get hit with all the time because of all the whining fans who aren't being objectively critical. They're just being whiny about the 49ers struggles. There's two different way there's a way to be critical about this team. And again, I'm not saying there's a one right way, there's one wrong way. I'm not sitting here telling you how to fan. That's not at all what I'm saying. I just want to make it abundantly clear that how you fan impacts the players. I know this for a fact. I've spoken to these players directly about this in like off the record, on the record. I know how much it impacts them, how much it impacts their families, how much it impacts their friends, how much it impacts everyone around them when, a fan base is coming at their guy. And it doesn't help the situation. It doesn't help them play better. It doesn't help them perform better. It just is another thing that is going to cause them to press and those situations like when we saw the situation with Debo, him doing that. I've said it before, I don't like it, but it also brought a lot of unwarranted negative attention onto himself that he didn't need to do. And so that's a situation where that's like, okay, you made your bed, you got to sleep in it kind of a situation. But even so, it's like at the end of the day, we want these guys to be successful. We want them to be well mentally. Like I get it. They make lots of money, but at the end of the day, you don't want guys to have to feel like this. Like they don't want to go out there and do it. They don't want to go out there and play in front of you guys. They don't want to because they're just so beaten down mentally. And I talk about the mental aspect of being a football player all the time on this channel because it's not discussed enough. Football at this level is more mental than anything else because everyone's height, weight, speed. At this level, it's all about mental and it's all about protecting your confidence and it's all about playing at the highest of levels. And you only do that when you're at supremely confident. And when you're diminished in any way, whether on field, off field, it can severely impact your performance. So, anyways, long rant, long, on and on. But again, these are just my feelings of, interacting with a lot of these players for a long time, seeing the waves of fans coming down on them and how it has impacted them greatly. And just, again, we can be upset with this year, but this just use if you call yourself a 49er fan and you are a fan and yes, you want to talk about the struggles and what's not working, we can do that, but also be a fan and just be there to show some love and show some support and just say, "Hey, we got your back." Like that goes a long way, especially when guys are struggling. So it would be nice for people to reach out like that instead of just only reaching out with hate and negativity. Reach out with some support and love during a struggle or a downturn, and just see how it could help uplift the guys. Anyways, those are my thoughts, but you could have completely different thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.